welcome to my vlog. It's a day off. I've actually got my work scarf, which is huge. It's like a meter across and then 2-3 meters long. That's beside the point. I've got my scarf on my legs though because it's cold. It's stupid o'clock for a day off. It's 5 to 8. I think I was awake from, I don't know. I woke at 4, then I looked at the clock again. It was kind of 6. I don't know if I'd slept or just dozed. So anyway, got up at 7ish. Hubby made me a coffee because it's a day off. And I think that's what we're going back to. Coffee's on days off and not an everyday thing. Yeah, so it's a pretty sunrise though. I used to know, I do know some of the cloud names, but I've forgotten. I think they might be superstratus or something. They're the high speed, high wind, high altitude clouds, and they make it look like sand, and then you've got all that pretty dappled light. And I thought, oh well, I'll give you the view rather than me, because, you know, who wants to look at me at 8 o'clock in the morning? I've got a hood up. I never wear hoodies up. I've got my hood up. It's keeping my hair from flying around. That is a wattle bird. They're a funny kind of call. It's a bit like a corncrake in Ireland or England. They are the shape of a magpie, but they're grey and kind of brown, nondescript kind of birds. They don't fly like the magpie, so the magpie kind of has this funny swoopy flight. I don't think the wattlebird is quite that ungainly, but they've got a long tail, chubby body, long tail, like the magpie, and it's about as close as I ever get to seeing something similar. It's, you know, it's funny. What were we watching? I think we were watching Cursed. We finished the series. It's actually quite good. Watching Cursed, and there's a bird call in the background, and I'm kind of going, oh, it's my magpie. It's so nice. You know, Midsummer Murders, you listen to Midsummer Murders and you get the pheasant kind of cackle in the background. And it's just bird calls from home. It's a weird concept. But when you grow up with Tweety birds of a particular ilk and then you don't have them, when you hear them again, it's like, oh my god. You know, or the fox yipping is another thing, and I think they have some owls in Midsummer. I'm sure they've got the exact same click-track kind of tape for all of them. It's not actually happening in the background. I don't know, because it always sounds the same. I must actually investigate that one. I know it's made in pheasant country, so, you know, there could well be pheasants all over the place. The England's always had more pheasants than Ireland, but then they're an imported and farmed bird. And then, of course, they got out because the hunters were crap and they couldn't shoot them for shit. Anyway. So, yeah, this morning I have physio. Which hopefully he'll be able to give me an exercise for that little niggle of weirdness that I've got. And I had 2 incidences in the last, I think, 2 days where I jarred something. Like I hit my bag or something, and as a result my body kind of jerked. And that was like, ow, something's not stable there. So yeah, I know I've got work to do, but at least I'm out of the everyday pain, but there is still a niggle of something in particular that's not quite right. Problem being that, of course, when I'm not in pain, I don't tend to do the physio, which is, you know, really good. So I'm actually going to do physio this morning because I'm sore. And I think that's because of the jarring the last couple of days. So again, more strengthening core work. Joys. All those stuff you kind of neglect. It doesn't take long either. I don't know why I'm so meh about doing it. Gosh, those clouds are pretty. I'm actually gonna rotate you just a smidge, and they're really, really pretty. It's been ages since I've just kind of of sat and stared at clouds. Oh, there was a new show I was watching last night, Chesapeake Shores, and husband comes in 2/3 of the way through going, no. I don't know what he thought it was, but he wasn't interested in watching it. But anyway, the grandmother was lying on the ground with the 2 kids, possibly twins, who had been brought up by the lawyer mother in New York on Wall Street. Like, she was a gun. She was all about getting the job done, running her life on a per minute basis kind of thing. And the grandmother had them on the ground, and she's going, what do you see in the clouds? And the girls are both kind of going, we don't see anything, Grandma. And she goes, right, close your eyes, pretend you're in fairyland or something, and then open your eyes. And suddenly these girls are seeing all the funky shapes in the sky. And it was kind of like, yeah, okay, it's a little bit cheesy in that, they're going from city. New York's not even a city, it's like a megalith of cities. It's so busy, and they show footage of the city, like Times Square and other bits and pieces that I've been to. Nobody was there when I was there in January 2015. Okay, there were people there, but it wasn't the craziness that is portrayed on the TV. I don't know if we were just there because it was cold and miserable and nobody goes there in January. But just the people was just like, get me out of here. And then they're supposed to be doing the stark contrast of the city life, Wall Street, movers and shakers, to Chesapeake Bay, which is 4 hours south, I have worked out. They're actually based at Chesapeake Shores. So it's a 4-hour drive that she does after working a Saturday or something stupid that the kids are kind of going, but what about quality time? Why can't they have, why don't they have families? And this whole dichotomy, and of course she's coming back now to help her sister's business, and will get reacclimatized into country life, small town life, because everybody knows everybody's secrets, and she's finding that out. And of course she's been living on shakes in the city, and now she's getting comfort food like fried chicken and burgers, and of course she's still going to stay like a stick insect. And let's see where this dieting regime is going to go. She can't run for shit either. But anyway, I thought it was mildly light entertaining for half a pilot. Oh dear. I have no other real plans for this today. I'm probably recording. No sneaky donuts. It's not the end of the week either. And then this weekend I'm off Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which means that I get to join in with the Autumn in Stars Hollow retreat. Woohoo! I'm hoping that my email has the pattern today, because that at least allows me to work on something from the project. I think Katie is going to be getting that done any day now. Yeah. There's too much industrial noise around here. Hubby has a dream, this is going to sound weird, of a double brick log cabin. I don't know how the double brick log cabin works. And he has a dream town being up the east coast of Tasmania. We don't have the money to buy the land. We don't have the money to build a house. He just has this dream. I think he used a holiday up there as a kid. Personally, I don't mind the log cabin bit. The double brick bit is a bit confusing. But yeah, I'd really like to get away from people noise. But I have to have good Wi-Fi. And I don't have this good Wi-Fi up there. So yeah, we'll see what happens with that one. I think I've got about, I don't know, 15 years of working life left in me, in theory, as, you know, the role I'm in. Doesn't mean I'm going to finish at the age of, well, actually, I want to, what are my plans? I don't have a retirement plan. My superannuation is shit because I have only been working for the last 13 years. And the ex kept his, prick. Yeah, I was home with the kids, or actually I've got to check out, I may have 3 years of super in Ireland that I've got to, I'm going to have to chase that up. I don't even know how to start. Fuck. Okay, leave that one with me. 3 years of super is going to be like diddly squat, but at least it's accruing interest or whatever in its fund. 3, maybe 4 years, because I was home with kids or part-time, and he was the one earning. But I didn't get his Irish pension from back then. I didn't get his English pension from when he was working with the ships. Wanker. Don't mind me. Sorry, I'm just a little bitter. Yeah. Anyway. Oh dear. I don't know what the weather's actually supposed to be doing today. It looks nice. We had apparently a red sunset last night. Shepherd's Delight, isn't it? So that's supposed to be a good day. For the following day. But there was photos all over social media going, did you see the sunset? No, I didn't see the sunset. I don't have curtains that are open fully to be able to appreciate the sunset, and that also is a bit of a bugbear. I just can't get at anything. Sophie's got shit all over the floor. Today the shit's going. When I finish my coffee, it's either going to get evicted or after I get back, preferably before I go, because then I can walk on the floor. It's not like we have a lot of floor space anyway, and she has this thing the last couple of weeks about going under the furniture to pick up the stuff that I've been kicking onto the furniture so I can walk in the bloody walkway. So yeah, there's a lot of rubbish that just, like, boxes that she's played with in the past that were okay for her to play with, but now it's like, okay, it's going in the bin. And her toys need to get back to their rooms and stuff like that. So, yeah, we just need to clear the floor. I like having clear floor space, and this is not a house for clear floor space. We have too much bits on the floor, like tables and couches, and it's only a little house. And we moved another half a house into it. God bless his socks. It's a TARDIS. We call the house the TARDIS, just because it absorbed another half a house. Yeah. It's a feat. But it'd be good without the clutter, or at least to be a little bit better without the clutter. I'd like the option of seeing my dining table once in a while. I have these fanciful notions that if I had a dining table, I'd be able to sew. It's probably not going to happen in reality, but, you know, pie in the sky dreams. No, it's fine. I actually have a ton of fabric that I could probably use to make some project bags. I have no idea where I'd start, and I'm sure I'd be wonkier than Cal. Or I'd throw off my tension on my sewing machine again. Oh my god. And I don't know if it would have the guts to do the vinyl bit, although I have seen the vinyl in Spotlight, and you know, you can get the different thicknesses, so I don't know, it might work. But I would love to have some pretty project bags that don't cost the earth. For $50 a pop plus shipping, it's a bit of an ask when I know it's the kind of thing I could maybe buy myself, or make myself even, for a similar cost, well, for a lot less of a cost. I mean, there's the supporting the friends, yes, but paying $20 a pop for shipping alone is just like, no, sorry, ouch. And people don't seem to make them in Australia. I have got a local chick who does quilting who does make them, but I want to find my fabric for that. I have a particular piece of tie-dye that is somewhere down in the bowels of the garage, I think, potentially in my fabric box, which I can't get to, I want her to do a project bag with the vinyl and all that kind of jazz with that piece of fabric, because the rest of the fabric all got used for a baby sling by me for when Simon was a baby, and has been used then for all of the kids, and now it's been used for the grandkids. It's a purple tie-dye, and it came from Africa when my sister was missionary out there. And I did not know for the life of me what the hell I was going to do with this like 10 yards of fabric. It was a colossal piece. But, and I've told this story before, but when I saw a chick at the supermarket that I worked at wearing this sling, I kind of went, oh my god, where did you get that? And she said, I actually make them. And I said, oh, can you make me one? And she said, yeah. And I had enough fabric for it, and I have this one-of-a-kind, what's called a Soon 3 sling. That's the name of her company. But it's just basically a cotton sling, and then she sews up the slack end into like a big pad so that it's not, you know, loose and dangly and all of that kind of thing. And I wore this thing constantly. I think I had to constantly baby wear Jenna, and Simon was in it all the time. AJ maybe not so much. Yeah, but Simon was always in it. Ian was in the pram, or Ian was in it and Simon was in the pram, because Simon was, you know, a little tacker, and Ian was just like the toddler on the hip at that stage. I remember putting Ian sitting on the pram, which you're not meant to do, and every so often he would tip the pram up, like the actual bassinet bit. He would tilt on the little ratchets because he was getting too big. So I think at that stage he was, you know, probably walking home from the shops and tired and cranky as a 2-year-old. So he got either sat on that or into the sling or something. He was about my chubbiest of the kids. He had the fat rolls, the rest of them not so much. I think I overfed him. Because, you know, paranoid mother. I actually timed feedings and sides and, oh, far out. As a first time mum, I was a disaster. The rest of the kids were just like, here, come here, get in the boob, or here, have some food, or, yeah, Sophie is just like, just eat whatever you want. That kind of thing. Anyway, yeah. Alright, how's that for a random vlog thing? My coffee's gone. Hopefully yours is too, if you've joined me with the coffee. I will see you anon. Oh, the starlings are flying. There's way too many starlings here. They are a pest in Tasmania. They were introduced. Why somebody introduced them, I have no idea. Because they sure as hell didn't fly on the boats. Yeah, I don't know why they thought starlings were going to be a good thing. But, wow. The clouds are just amazing. I hope you can see them. There's little wispy bits below the gaps that are causing the sun rays, and it's just, wow. It's so nice to get out and enjoy it. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed the sunrise, and you've had enough of the view in the camera. I know I'm pointing at the sun. I actually break the rules on that one. I think you can get some really good shots into the sun, but that's just me. Alright, I'm gonna go. and I will see you around in another video. Bye.